Hi, I'm Jordan Henderson. You're watching 442 Performance. I know it's easy to see, but maybe more difficult when you're in a game is if you do make a mistake, you've got to forget about it straight away and just focus on what you need to do next, and what your job is, what your role is next, and what you need to do, and not dwell on anything. Don't think about anything during the game and think, oh, am I doing all right? Am I doing well? But you can't be thinking about that, because before you know it, then someone's got the ball and you need to do something, or you've got the ball and you need to produce something. So you've got to sort of erase it from your memory very quick, and just focus on what your job is, what your role is, and what you need to do next. Yeah, I think it's massive work ethic. And mindset is very big. Obviously, you need talent, you need skill to get to the level that you want to get to. But for me, work ethic and mindset is the biggest thing. If you've got them things, then you can go as high as you want, really. If you're prepared to put in the extra hours, the extra work, and believe that you can become a top player, then I really believe that work ethic is a massive thing in that. Yeah, obviously, like you said, I work with Steve and continue to speak to him as well. To be fair, I think he helped us a lot when he came to the club. At the time when I first spoke to him, I wasn't really in the team. I was in and out. I wasn't a regular, really. So I spoke to him, and from then on I felt as though I grew in confidence. I worked on a few things in games that maybe I wasn't thinking the right things, like we were talking about before. Maybe dwelling on mistakes or thinking about things too much, and I think he helped to sort of erase them things and focus on what really is important in trying to help the team and what my job is. And I think that's the biggest thing I learned from him. But like I say, I continue to work with him, and I feel as though that's a big part of football. And you always need to train that side as well. I think the mind's very powerful. As if, like you said, if you've read his book, you'll understand a little bit more. But yeah, it is powerful, and there's a lot of things going on in people's minds. But if you can get into a zone when you're playing football where you're only focused on what your job and what your role is, and what you need to be doing, really, I think that's a very powerful thing. And you sort of become like a machine, really, and everything else doesn't matter. You just focused on what you need to do. Technique, always working on your technique, I'd say, is a big part of football, especially for the top players. All the top players I've played against, technique is key, really. Work ethic, like we've spoke about, you can't underestimate that, really, and that's a big part of how you become a footballer, and how much you want to improve, how much you want to learn. And I think you'll always need work ethic, especially for, like I say, with the top players. I'll always have a good work ethic, like with the likes of Gerrard, Suarez, that I've had the pleasure of playing with. Their work ethic was through the roof, really, and you learn from people like that. I'll have a routine, but not really superstitious. It wouldn't affect us if something was changed, or. But yeah, I'll have a routine in the dressing room, and when I'm putting my shin pads, boots and stuff on, of course I'll have a routine, but not really superstitious, no. Like I said, after games, after hard sessions, protein is big. Protein shakes, protein bars. Lots of carbohydrate, especially after a game or a hard session, is important. And then during the week, again, I'll always have carbs in. I think you always need carbs, especially when you're training and exercising every day. But during the week, maybe cut that down just a little bit. More protein, vegetables, stuff like that, salads. And then again, towards the end of the week, build back up on my carbs again.